Honda Civic Type R GT UK 2017 review. Broader batted, more mature Honda Civic Type R works well on UK roads, but still doesn't offer the fun factor of rivals. What is it? The Honda Civic Type R, in this its glowering, jutting and angrily blistered 5th generation form, has landed. Faster, stronger, more powerful and more advanced than any of its forebears, the British-built hot Honda Civic has now begun rolling off its Swindon production line in serious numbers. But has its big moment finally come? This is the first Type R in more than a decade to move back to all-independent suspension, the first to be developed as a performance machine from the ground up rather than adapted from an existing platform. This Type R broke the lap record for a front-wheel drive production vehicle at the Nordslife earlier this year. And this is the first review you'll read anywhere on an absolutely final, series production specification, right-hand drive example. Like all Type Rs to date, the 5th generation Civic is front-wheel drive and sticks with a traditional 6-speed manual gearbox for what Honda considers the purest, simplest and potentially most dynamically compelling hot hatch driving experience possible. Compared with the 4th generation model introduced only 2 years ago, it has a stiffer and lighter body and entirely new suspension and steering systems. A relatively understated powertrain overhaul makes for a 10 bhp power boost, while torque remains unchanged. If you like your performance statistics, you may not be instantly impressed with this car. Despite the 10 bhp power gain and a final drive ratio shorted by 7%, the new Type R only manages to match the car it replaces on 0 to 62 miles per hour standing start acceleration, at 5.7 seconds, and beats it on top speed by a 2 miles per hour margin. But don't be fooled, Honda's claim is that the superiority of the new version runs deep, and we've already confirmed some of its strides in our European first drive. What's it like? Like all of Honda's current gen Civics, the Type R is a big car, feeling a size larger on the road than most of its immediate rivals and suffering a bit on narrower British B roads as a result. The car's new platform does allow for an improvement on its infamously perched old driving position, but you still don't sit as low in it as some would like, and there isn't a huge amount of telescopic steering column adjustment for longer-legged drivers. The car's power steering, clutch, gear lever and brake pedal all feel very carefully honed, well-weighted, progressive and positive. But there's a softness to throttle response that's at odds with the encouraging precision and tactility of the rest of the controls, not to mention the Type R's long-standing reputation for hair trigger sensitivity. Plenty of more powerful 4-cylinder hot hatchbacks have less turbo lag, but then, very few offer Honda's naturally high revving, fractionally over square cylinder design. And the truth is, the Honda's turbo lag is a problem that only threatens to spoil your enjoyment for so long. Once you learn to compensate for the engine's penchant for a dramatic pause, you'll find it has greater overall range than most 4-cylinder turbos and also a more compelling power delivery than most. Floor it and the engine kicks hard at about 3,500 revolutions per minute, then harder still at about 5,000 revolutions per minute, before revving cleanly and with only a gradually ebbing keenness all the way to 7,000 revolutions per minute. And it sounds like an engine, not like a whistling, fizzing jamboree on fireworks night, and not like a video game. Sure, the car is generously fast, but, more importantly, it's characterful and genuine. Ride and handling both seem like worthwhile improvements over what came before, but on neither front does the Civic quite threaten to unseat the hot hatchback ruling powers. The car's 20-in alloys and low-profile tires make for a noisy motorway ride, but a much more supple one than the old Type R had. Off the motorway, bump compliance is good with the adaptive dampers set to comfort, with a hint of woodenness evident as you ramp up firmness. Overall, though, the chassis feels taut, precise and decently absorptive in sport mode. It breathes better and better with the road as you pile on speed. Through bends, The Civic has a very great set of Continental performance tires, good handling response, excellent body control for a big car, a slippy diff willing to make its presence felt, and a rear axle that becomes gently mobile on a trailing throttle without ever threatening big angles. It all makes for a rewarding car to drive hard.